Hi, hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to D's Divinity, D's Divine Tarot. Thank you for joining in with me today. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome back to all the former subscribers and welcome to all the new subscribers. Once again, thank you all for joining in with me today. As you see from the title of the video, we're going to go ahead and dive into this beautiful Moonology series. Don't know what episode, you got to check the title for that. But before we dive into this, y'all, it should go without saying, please do check the description box for any information that you may want or need to know. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to let me know. As it states in the description box, these readings are intended to be timeless. Time and energy are fluid, meaning you could have already gone through this, you may currently be going through this, and or this may be a prophetic message to come if you decide to embrace and embody the energy or advice that Spirit has for you within the reading or readings. Now, I know I just said all that, and you'll see that I do use time in a sense, and I put that in air quotes, mainly just for chronology purposes so that you can keep track, if you want to go in order. But again, as I always say, it really doesn't matter, because depending on when you see this, the energy could be playing out in your life at that time, not even in regards to the dates or anything that is given in the video. And speaking of that, when I do utilize dates, signs, and times, or when I call out whatever, same difference, I am utilizing Eastern Standard Time. And that is another prime example of why it really doesn't matter, because depending upon where you are on the globe, it may be different, okay? Keep in mind that they are general. Not all may apply to you, and that's perfectly okay. Take what does, let the rest fly. I may not even be talking to you nor about you. I may be talking to or about someone to whom you're closely connected, friend, family, or foe. I do not know. Use your free will and discernment to determine that. Do not force that shoe to fit if it doesn't. I am not responsible for your feet, your toes, nor them currents hurting because you're forcing something that ain't for you, all right? I also do not subscribe to gender roles. I will say he, she in reference to male or female, masculine or feminine. Ooh, hold on, where you going? Camera trying to run away. In regards to masculine or feminine energy, but keep in mind that we have them all or both within us anyway. So flip-flop yourself as you need to, apply it where it lies, and like I said, if not, let it fly, all right? Finally, I am big on numerology. Whether or not I call it out, but if and when I do, I intend for it to likely resonate with your life path number, the day or month you're born, or even the house you want to pay particular attention to in your natal chart. It's up to you, baby. It could just be a message or confirmation that you want to pay particular attention at that time, because the message or whatever I'm saying at that time may be specific to you or important to you. I don't know, whatever. Okay. At this point, you will likely see the primary decks that we utilize throughout the series, which serve as the header and the finisher. The header is intended to bring forth the overall message for the reading, okay, or energy. And then the finisher is intended to bring forth whatever message or advice or energy to maybe go on, grow on, or take with you. I don't know, or maybe that you need to avoid. Who knows? Just depends on what comes out. The variable through the series is what you see here now, which is the Muse Tarot is what we're using for this episode. This is intended to clarify, confirm, maybe look a little bit deeper, give you an idea of what it may have to do with for you, okay? And then the decks that I have added include this combo deck, which, like you'll see in the next deck to follow, which is the Crystal Mandala. It'll make more sense when we get to the end, to the finisher, because they leave you with crystals, metals, gemstones, and stuff that you can use to maybe help you heal through this energy or get through this energy, whatever, what have you. And so the next two, like I said, this combination deck and the Crystal Mandala deck will help you, or if I'm able to find the crystal, it'll help you look further into that energy or healing modalities that it encompasses, right? And or give you maybe idea of the Archangel, guardian, or I was about to say mystic or healer, whatever the energy that you may be experiencing, or whoever you want to call upon to help you through this, or who may be helping you, part of your spirit squad who may be helping you at this time. I don't know. But like I said, I'm not always able to find them, but you'll see towards the end when we get into the crystal part of the reading, the energy healing part of the reading, you'll see what I mean. All right. And then this a little more newer, slightly newer deck that we've added is like a family member. I say sister, brother, cousin to the header, because they are by the same author and they kind of have similar vibes, however slightly different. But this is intended, as it says, to bring forth maybe the manifestation you want to focus on, and even subconsciously what your higher self may be trying to get you to focus on. You know what I'm saying? And bring it into your life. It definitely helps, and you'll see it all makes sense, y'all, because what comes out within these decks, it don't be by or mistake, okay? It's all by design, and they wrap it up. It coincides how it's meant to, just so, you know what I mean? They be telling y'all they wrap it up in a little bow for you. But anyway, and then I also utilize this text, this book here. I love this book. It is a great crystal reference, and gives other healing modalities that the crystals carry and that you may want to utilize them for, or whoever this may have to do with if it's not you, okay? Like I say, please share. Whether or not somebody comes to mind, please do share. And especially if somebody comes to mind, because you never know what blessing they may get or receive from it, right? And it may be totally different from you. So anyhow, let's get a quick word of prayer, y'all, before we dive into this. To the Most High, Heavenly and Divine, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, I come to you saying thank you. Thank you so very much for your time and attention, and thank you for this day and opportunity, and thank you for using me as a clear and open channel to bring forth the messages to the collective, straight and clear, no chaser. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the empowerment, the insight, the wisdom, the knowledge, just the clarity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I pray as always that the message uplifts, enlightens, heals, strengthens, encourages, nourishes, nurtures, whatever the viewer may need at the time of viewing, and may it play out in their lives and any and all that's involved for the highest good, as I know you will see fit. And for this and all other blessings, I come, ask, and give thanks yet again. Ashe, ashe, ashe. All right, now, let's get it. I like to start with some background information for you. Child, where you at? Hiding in plain sight? All right, so, of course, the focus of this video is to dive into this beautiful energy, this new moon energy that will be in the sign of Cancer on the 28th. High vibe time at 22:52. And I forgot to tell you I use military time, but of course that is 10:52 p.m. But the thing about it is, and that's what I was talking about a little bit last episode, it's okay. So let me correct myself. I feel like it's gonna be, the transition period really is occurring the 27th through the 28th. It could 111 on the timer, could be even the 29th for some of you. I really have no idea the way the time change, the time differences, how they lie. But the thing about it is, it's really occurring over not really 2 days, but it seems like that, right? Which is kind of crazy, because it's almost alluding to an illusionary energy. It seems like 2 days, because it will be technically 2 different dates, right? Calendar dates. However, it's really only over not even a 12-hour time span. So again, another prime perfect example why time is really irrelevant, because it just doesn't matter. But the thing about it, what I'm trying to say is that the reason I say 2 different dates, as in days of the week, is because on the 27th, the moon will be in the sign of Gemini, and it will be transitioning on the 28th into the sign of Cancer. But still, you still have both those energies, Gemini and Cancer, right? Heavy. The high vibe time of Gemini, this is why I said I needed to correct myself, because the high vibe time where the moon will still be in 222, the sign of Gemini, is 22:52, and that's powerful for y'all. Whether your moon is in the sign of Gemini or not, but I feel especially so, them twos have something big to do with you in your life, okay? You may start seeing 222 or twos heavy, even 22, that's mastery of some sort. Ascended master type vibes, and especially when we get into the gemstones, whatever archangel or guardian comes up, that may be who you need to work with, especially, or may want to. Let me say that. You do what you want to do. But anyway, so then it will transition into the sign of Cancer at 7:54 a.m. Okay, 3:03 on the timer. And Gemini affects the shoulders, arms, hands, bronchial tubes, and lungs. And Cancer affects the stomach, mucosa, breast, womb, ovary. And I do feel like anytime, the reason I like to call out parts of the body that it affects y'all is because if you don't know, or are new to the channel, I am big in the health sciences. I mean, by nature, and that's why I put what I put in the disclaimer in the description box. So please pay attention. You know what I mean? Read that. It's there for a reason. But so, you know, my background is in the medical field, and I'm strong Virgo in my chart. And outside of that, you know, I mean, I'm just naturally attracted to, outside of my what do you call it, my physical or earthly training, if you will, by design, by nature, you know, my DNA, my makeup, the way that God made me, I'm big on health, right? Health, wellness, and well-being. And so, you know, and I pride myself on that. And anything that I can do to not only better myself, right, help heal myself, because I know that when I do that, I'm healing the collective overall, and especially my soul tribe, right? But I love to share that. I mean, that's what I feel like, that's my mission. And that's even why it's interesting how things work, why I've even stepped out of my own way, in my own comfort zone, to come forth on this channel and share that. That's what I feel like. First and foremost, not only is it about, first and foremost, I should say, it is about, you know, spiritual growth, ascension, and awareness. 444 on the timer, as I said that. But I do feel like part of that, like, that's why I say everything that I say is for a reason and by design. I truly believe in the power of the number 3 and the Holy Trinity of healing and getting yourself into balance and alignment, mind, body, and spirit, right? It all works together. And really, probably spirit should be first, but that's just the way we say it and have always said it. But whatever, y'all, it's all, one is all and all is one. So anyway, in saying all that, what I'm getting to is the fact that with this new moon energy, I do feel like there is a renewal, and maybe not even, well, yeah, that's what I said. There is a renewal in any of these areas, especially if you've been having pain or dis-ease, right, in any of these areas, and especially that, right? But it could be wherever for you, because with Gemini, not only is it those specific areas of the body, Gemini is an air sign, which air sign energy affects the mental, the mind, right? Gemini also is the sign of communication. With that being said, it's Mercury ruled, so it may also have to do with your throat. But of course, Taurus is the sign or energy that really strongly affects the throat, the thyroid, and vocal cords, and all that stuff. In saying that, you may have something to do with the Taurus or the time of year, because interestingly enough, at the time of filming, we I ain't gonna say we just now came into, but we are fresh into, let's say, Taurus season, right? We still early into Taurus season. So again, it just may be this time if you catch the video early enough. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I don't know. And actually, you won't, because this won't come out until, when is this? What time? Till end of Gemini season, really, right? Or yeah, close to the end of June when I will release it. So that's again why I be saying really time does not matter. So I would just say check back to what you were doing around this time of year at the time of filming Taurus season, right? Or it could just be confirmation. You may even just maybe Taurus moon, right? That may be this. Oof, slow down. It may be confirmation that something within this reading is especially for you. Okay, if any of these things ring true for you. So you could be Gemini moon, Taurus moon, or even Cancer moon, especially. All right, or feeling, you know, pulsations, sensations, vibrations, all that good jazz. And it could be whatever you describe that vibration or sensation as. Like I said, first, some of y'all may feel that pain, but I don't want to just limit it to pain, because, you know, everybody's pain description of pain and pain tolerance is different, right? It just may be like a tingling sensation, or maybe even a tickling sensation. It may feel good to you. You know what I'm saying? Which I feel like it truly will with this new moon energy and the healing and the renewal coming with it, right? Or behind it, or whatever the case may be. Oh, Lord. Okay, that's a lot. And with saying that, though, too, Gemini affects, or is ruler, I should say, of the third house, excuse me. But I said fifth house for a reason, so that could even be Leo, right? And I already talked about because they're bringing me to the fifth chakra, and I already talked about that Taurus, that's the throat chakra. That's where Taurus and Mercury rule, right? And then I was about to say something else. that, because I said something while I keep tripping up on my words, y'all gonna have to really excuse me, is because Mercury, I think at the time of filming, we have entered that Mercury. If we haven't, I know we in the what is it, the pre whatever phase it is. Regardless, y'all, because I just told y'all I'm heavily Virgo in my chart, and even Gemini moon in Vedic astrology, I'm Mercury really affects me. Let me just put it like that, because even y'all are seeing any of my other videos, I be really, especially when I get excited or try to get stuff out so fast, I really be going like tripping up over my words, because I be trying to get the download out fast enough and in a comprehensible way, 909 on the timer, for y'all to understand, but still get it out what they giving me fast enough. I don't even know if that makes sense, but anyway, moving on, because I don't want to be on this too long. So just to recap real quick though, we coming off of, if you missed last episode, we coming off of the full moon energy in the signs of Sage and Cappy, right? Because it will again transition on the 14th from the sign of Sage, which will be high vibe time at 7:51, and Sage affects the liver, hips, thighs, and sacrum. And then it'll transition into Cappy high vibe time at 18:14, which is 6:14, and Cappy affects the backbone, joints, knees, skin, and hair. Okay, and so obviously it has to get from the sign of Sage or Cappy to the sign of, oh, I'm so sorry, look at me, I'm sorry, I meant to say the last quarter moon, but for me to even go back there to the full moon, there is something very, very important for you out of that episode, right? So so that would be, that full moon episode would be the episode before last. The last episode, we are coming off of the last quarter moon, which is in the sign of Aries, all right? And that's on the 21st, okay? Mind you too, the 14th and the 21st may be important to you. That may be important numbers to you, I don't know. Or even 5 and 3. And I already talked about that fifth chakra. Oh wow, I already talked about the fifth house, the fifth chakra, and the third house, Gemini, right? And then, oh, that's what I ain't finished telling you. See, I'm all over the place. Excuse me, y'all. That Cancer is the fourth house, so that may be an important number, or house you want to check, see what sign. Because just because I'm saying these energies, the signs is that is, doesn't mean that they're necessarily transiting through that house at the time. So you may want to check not only where these signs are, 1111 on the timer, but also the houses, like which other signs are transiting through your houses, because you may have various signs, multiple signs, or what I'm saying, these signs may be going through other houses, and that may be affecting you too, I promise you. Anyway, so in getting from the last quarter moon in Aries on the 21st to this new moon, you have to the moon transits through Aries, Taurus, and of course Gemini, and it transits from Aries to Taurus on the 23rd at 7:58 a.m. and then from Taurus to Gem on the 25th at 19:14, which is 7:14 p.m. All right, and then of course it'll transition from Gem, like I said, to Cancer on the 28th, which is high vibe time for this new moon at 7:54 a.m. Okay, now, and moving into the next week following this new moon, the moon will transit from Cancer to Leo, speaking of that Leo energy, on the 30th at 20:40, which is 8:40 p.m. And Leo affects the heart, aorta, blood pressure, and circulation. I ain't even tell you. Well, I already told y'all kind of who Taurus affects, right? Neck, vocal cords, throat, and thyroid. And then I already told you who Gem affects. Okay, so yeah, I did. All right. Anyway, and then the moon will transit from Leo to Virgo on the 3rd at 8:32 a.m. And Virgo affects the pancreas, small intestine, GI. Okay. And then finally, for the focus of next episode, the moon will settle into the sign of Libra for the first quarter moon, but it will transit from Virgo to Libra on the 5th, actually, at 18:25, which is 6:25, but the first quarter moon will be on the 6th, okay, still in the sign of Libra. And Libra affects the kidneys, ureter, bladder, veins, and skin, okay? And again, like I said, we'll get to that in next episode more deeply. Now, in getting into the messages for it, I really already told you everything that I feel like is potentially coming for you, so I won't continue to beat a dead horse or bore you to death or spend too much more time on it. but just know that there may be, I feel like, a strong healing aspect, 1333 on the timer, that's coming with this particular new moon. And especially with it transiting into the sign of Cancer, I feel like it may be a home, like speaking of the home, because Cancer is that fourth house energy and talks about home and family and everything. The energy behind Cancer comes with the healing, not only the healing, but the nurturing and mothering aspect. So it very much so may be dealing with, oh, that is beautiful, y'all. That is so beautiful. Dealing with the motherly or feminine energy. And the reason I say it's so beautiful, because at the time of filming, it is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers out there. And really, I ain't even just gonna limit it to mothers. I will say to the divine feminines, right? Because as I was saying, I did, oh my God, y'all, that is so powerful. Because I also did Cancer's monthly pick a card today, and I was telling them that's powerful. Y'all, whether or not you are Cancer or have that heavy in your chart, I highly recommend you go back and if you haven't seen it already, and watch that, because there's something powerful in there for you. But I was telling them in that the fact of the whole Mother's Day, and really I feel like it's just the way that society set it up. Obviously, I mean, is directly towards the women, right? The ones who birthed the kids. But in all actuality, because I just told y'all, we all have that divine feminine essence within us. And it doesn't matter, because some of us don't even have that mother, you know, the physical woman figure in our lives. You know, some of us have two fathers, but somebody serves that divine feminine role in your life. You understand what I'm trying to say? And it doesn't even matter. And some of us have extended family, you know, uncles, brothers, cousins, whoever. Somebody has stepped up, I do feel, in that and is playing all roles, you know, the showing you the divine feminine as well as the divine masculine. I mean, that is powerful too, because if it's balanced within you, you will see it in almost anybody you're dealing with. You understand what I'm saying? Or at least those significant others are the ones who are in your soul tribe, who you deal with the most. Let me say that, right? That's beautiful. That's powerful, Spirit. Thank you, honey. Thank you. But anyway, let's get on into this, y'all. 1551. I don't want to hold you too much longer, all right? They be long enough, I know. So I do apologize, but that's just the way that it is. Here we go. Let's get into the cards. All right, you guys, look at this. Oh my God. Ooh, they gonna make me shout in here. They really trying to make me cry in here. I mean, what can I say, y'all? Look at it. It's exactly what we talking about. The new moon in Cancer. Like, it's just powerful. 22 on the timer when I said that. It's very powerful. And look what it says. You and your loved ones are safe, honey. So you have nothing to worry about. I told y'all that heavy family vibe is coming through. And it don't just got to be blood related. It very much so may be dealing with your soul tribe, you know? I love it though, man. That's enough said. I gave you I feel like that'll be the funny thing too, because that's why we trying to tell people. I be giving y'all essentially what the reading is about in the channel messages. It don't be me, y'all. That's why I pray what I pray. That be Spirit coming through all the way. And I be trying to, that's what I'm saying, I'll be having to slow myself down, because I'll be trying to get it out so fast. But I promise you, and then the cards are really just confirmation all the way around. All the way around. I promise you that. And they make it, man, they make it come out just to reiterate everything that I've already given you. And I see why. I truly see why. Like a lot of readers, well, I ain't gonna say a lot of readers, but some readers, and you may have even noticed, if you have kept up and watched tarot for a while, that former readers, they done moved away from even using the cards, because we really don't need them. They really just for entertainment purposes, truly. For those of you who may need a visual, or, you know, who really, I don't know, I was going to say who really think we be lying. I don't know, but for those of you who just need that little extra clarity or confirmation, and for you to see, like I said, for a visual, here you go, you know. But anyway, I ain't with trying to take up too much time and beat a dead horse. This is exactly everything that I just got through saying in the channel messages, okay? In regards to that Cancerian energy, for real. All right. So I'm gonna read these towards the end, like at least when I get through the manifestation oracle. Okay, then we'll get back to the readings of these. And oh my geez, wow! If this ain't full of that oh my, that's heavy. That's why I'm telling y'all, go back to that the Cancer monthly pick a card in case you missed it. I guarantee you, it's something in there for you, honey. And I feel like many of you, such as myself, who truly find yourselves in the energy of light worker, empaths, healers, this is what you've been trying to manifest. 300 was on the timer when I said that. Just the balance and the harmony and stability within your family. First within yourself, because again, it starts with you. And then you will see it manifest within your family. I love that though. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then I was going to say too, you may want to go back to, when did I do that reading? I want to say it may be the new moon. Who was it in? Hold on, let me look back. Because this came out as the topper. I mean, you know, obviously it's the topper or header, whatever. But I'm saying like it came out not as the bottom of the deck, but the one, you know, the original. I don't really know what to call that. The first card out. Let me say it like that, I guess. But hold on. I'm looking back to see when the new moon, what sign it was in. Oh, wow. It was the new moon in Gemini. That's crazy. This Gemini Cancer energy is strong. So you really want to go back and look at that. Check that reading out in case you missed it, okay? Because it's something about that. I mean, it ain't no coincidence, y'all. Whew. And it's your mother may be a Gemini is what I'm hearing. Again, this of course may have something to do with the Gemini or just Gemini season. I don't know. Whatever that means for you, okay? Again, we're going to get to the reading later. Let's move on to the tarot. Ooh-wee. Wow, y'all. Wow. I don't even know where to start. So with this Three of Voices, I honestly am seeing this, especially coupled with this Nine of Cups or Nine of Emotions here. I'm seeing this as keep lifting me higher and higher. This is healing. This is you, baby. This is all kind of healing. Three of Voices for me is Libran energy, but again, it could be any air sign. And since we're talking heavy about that Gemini energy, it very well may be a Gemini for you. The Nine of Emotions I feel like is you, but generally I get I don't know, maybe Pisces or Scorpio, but you know, I do feel like it's you. This is the energy, and when I say you, really, I feel like it's that Cancerian vibe. That's crazy because I'm saying this is you, but it's like I'm talking to a Cancer. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, this is that fulfillment, that emotional fulfillment, and it's like she's levitating above all that heartache. You know what I'm saying? Any past despair, regret, remorse is what I'm hearing. But it's funny because the way that the light rays, it's like the divine is trying to shine light in the darkness. You know what I mean? That is part of you though. That's that light within to heal whatever this negativity may have been in your life. I heard deception at first because I feel like some of you may be even deceiving yourself into believing that there's some kind of chaos, destruction, rift or whatever within your family, soul tribe, whatever it may be. You understand what I'm trying to say? So, but it's like the way that these rays are, if you look closely, it's like the rays, it's fragments of light rays trying to come from literally from her ass, but it's in that Nine of Cups. But it's the connection, it's the root. It's coming from her root chakra, but it's really just coming from, it's her essence, right? It's the light she's shining from within. Because she honestly, I see this Nine of Emotions, and this is powerful how I'm even seeing this now today. It's like I'm hearing, I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Come on in, let me out. It's like spirit is calling for you to let out this beautiful emotional fulfillment type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Let your light shine from within. And that's the way it's pulsating, I'm hearing, through her to even shine that light. Because if you stack this 9 of emotions on top of the 3 of voices, that's how I'm seeing it. It's like that's the light from within her when she's emotionally fulfilled and balanced and not in that heartbreak energy that is trying to shine down and show whoever is in this 3 of voices who's in the dark, trying to show them the light, the love and light. That's why I had said what I said about us light workers, healers, empaths. That's what we do. It don't matter. We bring, and God will put us in situations where we may be surrounded by, I'm hearing death, despair, sadness, whatever, because God needs us to shine our light, to our love and light, honestly. And when I say light, y'all, all that means is your truth. You know what I mean? Speak up about that divine, how God has brought me out of the darkness to the marvelous light. Look where he brought me from. And then somebody saying, and you don't know how glad I am. Because it's like she's levitating above all of that she once been through. Because that 3 of Swords, I do feel like is in the past. That's that, because it can talk about, speaking of heart health and all that stuff, it can talk about the healing, you know what I mean? The coming out of, like I said, that heartbreak, but not just that, it's overall healing potentially, because Libra is that balance energy wherever, no matter where we're talking about in the body, but especially the mental, since this voices energy is out there, right? And or emotional body, your heart, right? But like I was trying to finish saying with this 9 of emotions is the way that she is. It's almost like she's at the bottom of the ocean, but at the same time on top of the world, Craig. Like for real. And it's like that whatever's surrounding her, it's almost like I heard dreidel, but I don't know why I always be trying to call them mobiles dreidels. But y'all know the mobiles over the somebody's bed, a child's bed. That's what that looks like to me. And at first I almost thought they were fish, but they look like diamonds. Come on through, Rihanna. Shine bright like a diamond. But it's like she's done levitated because of her love and light. She's levitated herself, even though she's in the deep, dark depths of her soul. She's levitated herself above all, like above all this heartache and pain. Like I said, if you mentally place, imagine the 9 of emotions on top of that 3 of voices. That's how I'm seeing that. She's risen above, and I'll rise up. Like I said, keep lifting me higher and higher. She's risen above all this. Whatever she done been through. She's not, what they say, how you say that? She's not a product of her environment or whatever, but yet and still the environment has helped to kind of shape and mold her a little bit. You understand what I'm trying to say? And that's what I feel like we have to do, whether this applies to you as being a light worker, empath, or healer or not. Anyway. And that's powerful too, that I the way that I cropped this with the what you call it, the little coaster, I guess, where it says do all things with love. And the stone there, that's like jet or black onyx, it all does the same thing, but it dispels and absorbs that negative energy and removes it from you. You know what I'm saying? And help you clear the aura, and it's a powerful grounding stone. But the beautiful thing is the way that it's even shaped in the form of a heart. Anyway, let's move on to the bottom of the deck. Baby, this beautiful priestess, man, this is just wisdom, and that's what you are to receive from all of this. And look how her third eye, that 6th chakra, is enlightened. That's the power, the light within. You see, she has the healing. Some of you truly are healers, and you have power within your hands. Whether you do energy healing, Reiki therapy, massage therapy, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you do with your hands, creative arts, you know what I mean? Whatever you create with your hands, it has the power to heal. I'm telling you that, okay? Not only for yourself, but even for others. So please share your creations with the world, especially if you are one who is kind of shy or reluctant to come out. For me to say something about coming out of my comfort zone, yeah, it applies. I'm sure it applies to you. But this priestess knows that she knows that she knows. And this is, I feel, is your higher self trying to show me the way. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, come on. For real. Speaking of that sixth chakra, this very much so may be Piscean energy. I do feel like it's talking strong about that Virgo energy as well. And I heard Libra. Yeah. It's something about sacred geometry too. I do feel like you may be getting receiving downloads or getting, speaking of that mental energy, receiving those downloads or getting messages through scripting or even sacred text or something like that. The number 2 may be important to you for sure. Didn't I say that with Gemini? For sure. And this is male or female, y'all, but obviously it's talking about that divine feminine. Okay, moving on to the finisher. Baby, look at here, y'all. I love this. I love this because this Queen of the Moon, this beautiful sovereignty, I feel like is that High Priestess 5, one and the same. Like I said, one is all is one. It's powerful too because anytime we get the cover of the box, to me it exudes even more energy or power behind it because they choose that to be the cover for a reason. And then just the power of sovereignty. Have y'all really ever even looked that word up? Like, that is supreme being or ruling. You know what I'm saying? But it's not manipulative, not anything like that. It's balanced, you know? It's just supreme essence. Look at the definition. It says supreme power or authority. I mean, don't she look? She's very stable. She's unfazed, unbothered. She's not overly emotional. I even heard cynical. She's not that. She's just in her true essence, aligned. For sure. Especially with that 4 energy, that's all about balance, stability. 111 on the timer, all about balance, stability. And even that heart chakra, as she has the moon energy at her almost solar plexus and heart chakras to be correct. That's where I see that as. But it's like she's stable. And speaking of solar plexus, that's the ego center. You know what I'm saying? Leo, I feel like that's, again, Leo type of vibes or energy. But it's also talking to me about, with it being there though, I'm telling you that it's stable. She's not egocentric. She's not anything like that. She's not letting her ego take over at all. She knows how to rule with supreme essence, divine essence, right? I was going to say too, speaking of that Leo energy and solar plexus chakra, that screams to me about your inner child healing. You know, I just heard healing from inner child wounds. That could be that 3 of Swords energy that we just came off of in the tarot. I also get with that, I told you Leo affects the heart, aorta, blood pressure, and circulation, right? So even going back to that 4th chakra, it's like, heal yourself, heal your inner child as well as your heart, so that you can allow your inner child to roam free, to be carefree. That's that childlike innocence, 222 on the timer. Being happy, joyous, just even imaginative, creative, you know? And plus Leos, honey, they love hard. And then they go out there, they don't care to be the center of attention. You know what I mean? Not even trying to. It's just the way that they are. They're regal, you know? They got a heart of gold if they're balanced, right? But anyway, with this 41 potentially being a 5, it's like, through your stability within thyself, you can become, I heard, one with God, one with your supreme being or essence, right? And that's how you rule. That's how you become sovereign, you know? But together they make that 5, and that's bringing me all the way back to the beginning, what I told you about the throat chakra and Taurus energy. And Taurus is heavy earth energy, which is like the King of Pentacles to me. And it's talking about being so much so grounded in thyself and knowing thyself, knowing thy worth, knowing what you stand for and what you don't. Sometimes can be a little bit stubborn, but when balanced though, you are a great ruler. You know what I mean? I'm even also getting Emperor is what they said, but that's Aries energy. But still, I heard Emperor. That's a great ruler, right? The Emperor is all the kings in one, not just the King of Pentacles. You know what I mean? It's all them kings. Not only do you have the physical stability, you know what I'm saying, financial even, in the King of Pentacles, you have the mental stability, which is very important with the King of Swords, right? That Aquarian energy, any air sign for that matter, but it's generally Aquarius for me. And then you have what I say, the King of Cups, right? That Scorpionic energy heavy, but could be any water sign, including Cancer and Pisces. Emotional stability is basically what it is, you know? And then finally you have the King of Wands energy, which going back to Leo again, to me, right? It could be Aries as well, but still, it does not matter, y'all. It's basically stability over being passionate, exuding or exerting or going after even what you're passionate about without harming or hurting others, and without, again, being egocentric, right? It's beautiful to be in a balanced, a balanced Emperor energy, because the Emperor is the number 4 too. So it's powerful. That is some powerful energy. Again, we're gonna get to these readings in just a few, y'all. Okay, let's move on to the bottom of the deck here. Oh, y'all can't get away from them 5s. Oh my gosh. Speaking of 5, that's 55 right there, essentially. The 41 being a 5, and then this one, right? Changes. I keep changes. And of course, it's growth. Exactly what this card is saying. That's why you go through. That's the whole journey and lesson of life. I don't care what you experiencing, y'all. It's for you to grow. It's to push you to further ascend. And it's, you know, for you to evolve. That's the whole thing about life. It's for you. It's the journey of evolution, if you will. However you want to frame it or call it or whatever. I do feel like the way this is set up, I always get like family network or rooted. You see how her roots are around this. I mean, I take this, you can take this in a number of ways, but I generally get like that's earth energy that she's that she's grounding her roots in, stabilizing herself in. Speaking of that, I get family vibes, right? Speaking of the roots in the tree, it's almost like the family tree to me. Waxing Crescent 3, let's see when that is. Waxing Crescent 3. Well, wow, okay, so the upcoming, am I looking at this right? Let me make sure. Yes, the upcoming Waxing Crescent 3 will be on the 1st of July in the sign of Leo, okay? But the previous Waxing Crescent 3 was on the 2nd of June in the sign of Cancer, y'all. Am I looking at that right? No. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Okay. So again, that Cancer Leo vibe, something about that, okay? All right. Because I kept trying to say the 5th house too, right? And I told y'all that was that Leo energy. So I feel like that the 1st of July, that's gonna be really potent for some of you with this. I feel like you may realize 707 on the timer. You may realize this manifestation, even as we getting ready to get into the manifestation oracle. It may be coming through at that time, or I don't know. That may be what you working to bring forth during this week. You know what I'm saying? From this new moon to the 1st quarter moon, however it plays out in your life. All right, I don't know, but it's something strong about, or you can be working on this coming through during Leo season, right? Because I told y'all at the beginning, I thought I did about the number 8, and I guess when I said even the 5th house is when I was talking about Leo in Leo season. So it could be a myriad of things, y'all. But I'm getting with that clock in her hand. I'm getting the time is now. I heard time is of the essence. Even though there is no such thing as time, it's talking about keep moving, keep fighting, keep striving, knowing you can always count on me. It's funny because the same songs keep coming, keep popping up. I don't know who Spirit be trying to get to realize or whatever, but honey, pay attention, man. It's powerful. All right, moving on. Oh, my. You got double dose. Double decker here. Full moon in Cancer yet again. And the full moon in Cappy. Powerful, boy. That's powerful. The mirror goat, that's the Cappy emblem, if you will. Logo, whatever. You know, spirit, guide, animal, symbol, whatever. Just like the crab is to the Cancer. That's the mirror goat. That's I finally figured out the name of it. It's half goat, half something. I forgot what they said. Anyway, you can look it up. But Look at here, it says, let your fears dissolve with that full moon in Cancer energy. But they told you already a personal issue is reaching resolution. And if that Three of Swords is the fears that you're holding, I feel like you're healing that anyway. Like I said, that negativity that you may have found yourself in, let it ride, let it go, baby. It's time to heal it and come up out of that, because your wish and fulfillment and manifestations are coming through if you allow. Excuse me. And then the full moon in Cancer says, take a reality check. I can't wait to read this card. That's going to be funny and interesting, I'm sure. I mean, I feel like it's self-explanatory with what it says right here. Some of y'all may truly want to get out in nature for sure. Get in that earth energy, get by some water. Maybe go to the mountains, because it look like, because them mirror goats in general, they can climb mountains very easily. But when they on flat ground, that's difficult for them, right? They're not growing. It's almost like they're stuck and stagnant. You know what I'm saying? And you just got the growth at the bottom of the finisher. So you are needing to continue to ascend, to climb. Keep lifting me higher and higher. I'm telling you, for real. All right, let's move on. And if you aren't already trying to physically, like not physically, but like if you aren't already focused on this, what it says right here on this manifestation, like I told y'all in the intro or disclaimer, your higher self, that priestess energy at the bottom of the tarot, they trying to get your attention, baby. So focus, let this go. If you still find yourself in that Three of Swords energy, you know, everybody's on a different schedule, different timeline. So moving on to the bottom of the deck. Beautiful. You got all this full moon energy, and that is so crazy. It's so perfect, y'all. So you may be dealing with a Pisces or have Pisces having in your chart, and this is all about going with the flow. That is Piscean energy. Pisces is also 12th house energy, so you may want to check it. I was getting ready to say too, the interesting thing and crazy thing, they keep referring me even back to the Cancer monthly pick a card reading that I just did, and of course by the time this video comes out, the one that we're talking about right now, the Cancer monthly pick card would have already been out. So go back and check it, y'all. I'm serious, because we talked about this forgiveness in that, okay? And it starts with forgiving yourself, because I do feel like this is talking about a major, like, it's personal for many of you, especially if it resonates. I know I said these are general reading, but what I'm saying is, like, I don't feel like it really has anything to do with anybody else besides you, you know? And then of course, like I even said in that Cancer reading, you heal you do what you need to do to work on yourself, and you will see it manifest in your 3D. Because if you're trying to attract anything more or outside of what's already in you, that's not possible. You got to change it within you first. You got to, if you want to be the change that you want to see, you got to get to reach a higher or change the vibration you're in. Essentially, that's how it works. Okay? Because you can't, what they're saying is, if you do what you've always done, you're going to be who you've always been. Anyway, so forgive yourself and anybody else. Because I kept, even in that reading, I kept hearing, forgive us for our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. You know? And it's just like, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. But now that you know, which that's the whole point, and I feel like what I'm here to do and what these videos, that's the purpose or intention that I have behind these videos. Like I was telling y'all in the intro, I bring forth the knowledge so that it can help enlighten someone and help someone else achieve, you know what I'm saying, become aware and ascend and achieve the goals or manifestations that you were trying to achieve. Because when you know better, you do better, right? Prayerfully. Anyway, let's get on into these readings. All right. Okay. Beginning with the headers, we will start with the new moon in Cancer, pages 48 and 49. You and your loved ones are safe. There's a new start coming in your private life. Something is rising up in connection with people and places you hold dearest. This can be to do with a member of your family, a flatmate, or moving house. If you're hoping to move forwards with something special in your private life, this card comes to you as a message that you can do it. You can do it. If you've been neglecting your family, it's time to reconnect with them. If you've been neglecting yourself, you need to take better care of yourself and nurture yourself more. If your insecurity is holding you back, that's something for you to work on now. Doing so could bring you your heart's desire. When you're tuning to the moon, I like to look at these as affirmations. It says, make sure you put family first. Make sure you put family first. Additional meanings. Let someone get a bit closer to you. A new cycle is starting for your child or children. It's time to review your goals. Have they changed? Meditation will help you banish your insecurities. Spending time near water will bring you peace and answers, like I said in that manifestation, that full moon in Cancer. All right. The teaching. The new moon in Cancer can be a super emotional time. The moon is all about emotions, and Cancer is a water sign and also very emotional. Saying that, the moon is very happy in the sign of Cancer. It's one of her 2 home signs along with Taurus. That's why I was getting a heavy Taurus energy. And I'm telling y'all, some of y'all are either Gemini, Cancer, well, I should say Taurus first, but either one of those moons. Okay. And if so, if nothing in this reading resonated with you and you have either one of those moons, let me know. Like, for real. Let me know. Because I highly doubt it. So whenever you pull it, this card suggests that whatever happens next will be in your favor. It's especially positive for family matters, as we've already said. Moving on to a personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer, pages 74 and 75. Things are likely to get very heated, as full moon in Cancer is a super emotional sign, so there could be something of an explosion of feelings around now or surrounding your question. It's important to be sensitive to other people when you pull this card. There are some very fine sensibilities around, so tread carefully as you move towards your goals or dreams. This card indicates an especially feminine time, as I told y'all. It also heralds the time to deal with any family issues coming up. Nothing to worry about. It signals a challenge is now coming to an end. This card also suggests both that a domestic matter or private issue will soon come to a head, and that it's a great time to move house. The answer to your question lies in being a kind leader. This is the time for you to step up and agree to overcome your insecurities. They keep talking about them insecurities, y'all. Attune to the moon. It may be best to move towards what you want in a sideways manner. It may be best to move towards what you want in a sideways manner. Additional meanings. Meditate to soothe heightened emotions. Don't be clingy. Stop sulking. And have you had enough family time lately? And of course, if you've been here before, you done heard me, especially with this card, every time I get Janet. What have you done for me lately? Ooh, yeah. All right. The teaching. The heightened emotions of the moon Cancer combination can't be ignored. However, Cancer is one of the moon's 2 home signs, along with Taurus, of course, as we just spoke about. So astrologically speaking, the moon loves to be in this sign. In fact, she rules Cancer. This means that with this card, there's a sense that, quote, all is as it should be, end quote, or, quote, don't worry, all will soon be well, end quote. All right, moving on to the finisher. All righty, beginning with Queen of the Moon, the beautiful sovereignty, pages 98 and 99. You have sovereignty over your own life. Act with grace and confidence. You have the ability to unite desperate people and views should you choose to do so. The buck stops with you. You are powerful. Act like it. That's them to my light workers and empaths out there. Healers even. This for you, boo. For real. The affirmation. I reign over my own realm. I reign over my own realm. Goddesses of the moon are one of the oldest kinds of feminine divine and feature in mythologies from almost every corner of the globe. From Diana of ancient Rome and the Greek Artemis to the scientific Astarte and Henna from Polynesia, the link with the feminine divine and the lunar planet and cycles is a strong one. These goddesses in all their myriad of forms were extremely powerful and demonstrated to women that they naturally had power as well. We should strive to be the powerful queens of our own domain. Women especially have been socialized to defer, to keep small, to be quiet, and to hold a very twisted kind of service that borders on servitude. While in many first world countries, women can choose to be what they wish to be on paper, women still experience inequality in most countries in areas such as wage disparity and an imbalance of the numbers of women in government or in high-level board positions. However, what has been accepted in the past is not what will be accepted in the future. A new queendom is coming. And baby, I feel like in that Cancer reading, because they're bringing me back to it, we talked about the whole New World Order. Go listen to it, y'all. I'm telling you. Anyway, when we reign over our own lives, it is us that take on the responsibility for our own change and decisions. The Moon Queen knows that we, just under the divine, are our own rulers, and as such, the buck stops here. Therefore, it is worth us investing in growing our own self-awareness, our own self-trust, self-care, and self-esteem in real and practical ways. That Taurus energy, y'all. Practicality. Just earth energy in general. And I told y'all it's really all about self, first and foremost, before you can even help or try to help anybody else, right? Because when you help yourself, know that. That's why I said what I said in the channeling and all that, y'all. When you help, 222, again on the timer, when you focus on helping and healing yourself, you naturally, it's just the energy and vibe. You help the collective or whomever you have on your heart to help anyway, without even doing anything necessarily physically to them. It's a vibe. It's an energetic cleansing, healing. You understand what I'm saying? It says we must, as any queen would, set firm boundaries to protect our queendom and those who are under our protection. This does not mean we become cruel rulers. We should always aim for benevolence, fairness, and a great love for all, as well as ourselves. It does mean we may have to push against those who do not respect our line in the sand, and they will bring me back to that emperor energy and vibe that I was telling y'all about, knowing how to rule in supreme as a supreme being balanced and peaceful, right? But at the same time, like they said, firm, especially with your boundaries, okay? Because people will test them, trust and believe, especially as you start to change, because they don't like it. Until they really get on my level, ho. Get on my level, ho. Until they decide to do that, they ain't gonna get it. But it's not meant for them to. As long as you keep doing you, that's all you gotta worry about, baby. If you ain't hurting nobody, so be it. Because really all you doing it for, hopefully, anyways, once you realize when you're aware, right? Is that you are focusing on helping you yourself, but in return, it will help everybody else, right? And you're not hurting nobody. You only trying to help them, if that makes any sense at all. So the companion stone or metal is platinum, all right? And I did mean to tell y'all too in the disclaimer that at some point, probably when I get to the readings of them, in a few, you will see the healing modalities and the help. Especially when I get to the reading of them from the book, you will see them come out, stroll through your screen. So anyways, moving on to the bottom of the deck, number 5, Waxing Crescent 3 in Growth, pages 25 and 26. Reject stagnancy. To get unstuck, take action. The choice to grow should be made. Expect growing pains when making huge changes in your life. And y'all may feel them growing pains in all the areas that I said in the channel messages, okay? Or some of them, I should say. Change is a natural part of life and cannot be pushed against forever. Change should have aim and purpose. Be courageous. You will blossom. The affirmation: I choose growth. I choose growth. Think of a willow tree. Willows often grow on the sandy banks of highly shiftable and changeable rivers, yet they reach huge sizes, successfully growing and holding fast in an unpredictable habitat. How do they do this? When you see a young willow on the banks for a long while, it just looks like a feeble stick. It may have a few branches and leaves, but at first the trunk will be fine and flexible rather than robust. What we don't see immediately is the root base. The willow spends a lot of time establishing a veritable root city under the surface. These roots are long and strong and very numerous, finding their way into many nooks and crannies, holding onto rocks, other established tree roots, and anything that can help with their stability. These roots, so that may be a rock, but either way, it's that earth energy, right? Anyway, these roots go off in all directions, thus securing their position just in case the earth begins to shift. Then and only then, once these root networks are established well enough, does the willow put its energy into further growth. The trunk begins to thicken and widen and harden and travels up towards the sky. However, as they grow, the branches have little of the trunk's supportive thickness. They have instead the instruction that they must be flexible. Flexible means they can turn with the sun and survive punishing winds that might threaten to topple the rest of the tree. All of this growth is done with purpose and a divine strategy. The waxing lunar cycle calls for growth. Didn't we get the waxing crescent? Yeah, the waxing crescent 3, right? but not growth without aim or purpose. When we understand our current position, accept it, and decide to change, we will naturally grow as people. Like I said, we might experience some, quote, growing pains, end quote. After all, transformation of any kind is rarely completely easy and trouble-free. Having a strong intention of what the results of our growth will be helps with gaining the courage and resilience to move forward with our growth and into the eventual blossoming of our true self. All right? And the companion stone or metal is chariot. That's how I'm saying it. Charoite. I have no idea how you really pronounce that, but we're going to move on. And just so you know, I know for a fact that platinum is not in either one of the decks, nor is it in the book. And I actually had to do further research to look that up online. And there really is not so much information of the benefits, spiritually, if you will, right? But I will list those sites that I got this information from, and still will go over the benefits of it from there, okay? From those combined, I should say, from the two sites combined. The reason being is from the research that I gathered, it's really more of a newer metal or stone or crystal, if you will. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say the 20th century is when it was added, like newly added, even I think to the periodic chart. But don't quote me on that, all right? Because I really don't know. But it's rarely found. I do know that according to the research that I found, it's rarely found, I guess, in crystalline masses. And those that are found are essentially man-made, right? They are created, because whatever. But I don't know why I said cuz, but that's just the way that it is. So what you will see, but there are other versions like hematite, which I will include and likely read through out of the book as well, and which you'll see in a minute, okay? Which is a form of platinum. All right, moving on. All right, so let's get into this full moon in Cancer, I guess, first, and then we'll go from there. Pages 86 and 87. Let your fears dissolve. Fear and neediness may now be at play. Fear is debilitating, while neediness isn't usually very attractive. Acting out of fear is a risky response, so if you dwell on your insecurities, they keep talking about that, what you'll manifest is an extension of those insecurities. The reason why we should face our fears is that in doing so, they often simply dissolve. If we don't face them, they can influence us to act in ways we otherwise wouldn't, which means we can end up manifesting the very thing we were hoping to avoid. To see off the fear that's in you, face it right now. I kind of struggled to get through that because they kept bringing that Three of Swords energy, and like I was telling y'all, with bringing it to the light, because that's the thing. Once you reveal something, maybe that was hidden within, or that you just didn't want to see, you know what I mean, that you were trying to bury or whatever. That's how you heal it. You don't heal it by continuing to bury it, because eventually that Tower energy, that Scorpionic energy, gonna come through, and it's gonna bust that pimple gonna break head, right? And all that nastiness is gonna spill out that you've been trying to bury. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just like, go ahead and heal it now, so you ain't even got to develop that pimple, So manifesting balance. Find a balance between Cancer's oversensitivity and Capricorn's coolness. That's crazy. That's why they came out together. Oh my God. And we're about to get into that in a minute. That no coincidence. I don't even know why I'm shocked. Manifesting mindset. Facing your fears and working out where they came from will point you in the right direction and get you into the right mindset. Like I said, bringing it to the surface. A manifesting ritual for contentment. It says, add patchouli essential oil to your diffuser or bath. Find a comfortable position and relax with your eyes closed. Call in Selene, goddess of the moon, to guide you. These are different ones, okay, that you can do, or all of them. And then finally it says, imagine Selena's energy as a silver beam bathing your entire body and ask her to guide you as you live in tune with the moon. I keep hearing Selena's. Anyway, so your manifestation affirmation. I completely love and accept myself as I am. As I am. As I continue to go through this pain. As I try to find a better way to maintain. That's my cousin's song, y'all. I'm gonna be as I am. I completely love and accept myself as I am. Thank you. Thank you, come on. I love you, baby. Yeah, come through. So it says when to manifest your magic. The best time to work your magic is when the moon is in Cancer on a Monday, which is the moon's day, or during the moon's hour, which I'll try to remember to get to, because I know all of them are going to reference this. But anyway, the full moon in Cancer takes place when the sun is in Capricorn and the moon is in Cancer. Baby. That may be some of y'all's setup, by the way. Sun in Cappy, moon in Cancer. And if so, this is especially for you, honey, because I'm telling you, that is big. So let's get on to that full moon in Cappy, by the way. And then we have, who is it? Pisces. So pages 98 and 99. Take a reality check. This card has two sides to it, literally and metaphorically. If you've been worrying about something, the good news is that you shouldn't waste another moment worrying, as this won't help. Some things only happen once, and that can be really good news. If you're wondering about how something you're keen on is going to turn out, this card could be a sign that you've hit a roadblock. If you want to change that, you're going to need to put in an extra effort with your manifesting work. So manifesting balance. Find a balance between facing your reality and be kind to yourself and others, as it was telling you in that Cancer energy. Manifesting mindset. If you're not happy with the message of this card, use the old trick of finding the best thoughts you can about your situation and go from there. I love that. That's powerful, because that is, you have to try to find a way to be in a higher vibe, which is an attitude of gratitude. That's the highest there is, right? And love, right? Because that manifests your miracles and magnitudes. And there's no way, if you're in an attitude of gratitude, I don't care about what, it could be the smallest thing, y'all. There's no way that you can be in that deception, that deceptive low vibe, defeat, feeling lost, lack, whatever low vibe energy you talking about. There's no way you can be in that energy if you're in a high vibe energy. And therefore, like it was saying, you won't trick yourself or even the universe into bringing forth that which you don't want. Because if that's all you're thinking about is what you don't want, that's what you're gonna get. It's all a vibe. It's the energy. You put more energy into that negative thought than you are into your positive ones. And so you're receiving that negative vibe. You understand? Because that which you put your mind to and your energy towards, that is what shall grow. I can't say it no plainer than that. Anyways, a manifesting ritual for weathering tough times. It says, add laurel essential oil to your diffuser. Sit comfortably and gently. Close your eyes. Call in Parvati, the goddess of divine strength and power, and her son Ganesh, I love it, the Hindu elephant god who protects us and will remove any obstacles, by the way, They left it at who protects us, but I'm telling you, Ganesh will remove any, it's like the Archangel Michael energy coming through, or even the Metatron vibe. Same energy, y'all. Removal of obstacles, all right? Truth setter and seeker, okay? You need strength to get through this time, so ask Parvati and Ganesh to guide you to the best possible outcome. And that's another thing I was going to say too. I'm glad thank you, Spirit, for bringing it back up. I like to tell people, instead of thinking about the worst that could happen, ask yourself quite literally and think about what's the best that could happen. That's how you change your mindset as well. Okay. So your manifestation affirmation. Everything is always working out in my favor. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Everything is always working out in my favor. When to manifest your magic, it says the best time to work your magic is when the moon is in Capricorn, which is on a Saturday or Saturn's day, or during Saturn's hour. And the full moon in Capricorn takes place when the sun is in Cancer. That's powerful. And the moon is in Cappy. And that may be some of y'all too. The other way around, like I just said, if you're not sun in Cappy, moon in Cancer, then you may be sun in Cancer, moon in Cappy. Okay? Vice versa. All right, finally moving on to the full moon in Pisces. Forgive, pages 102 and 103. Be careful that you're not coming at your current situation with your mind made up. This card is a reminder that life is an unfolding mystery and you need to go with it. Instead of trying too hard to tick every box for your dreams to come true, fall into the dreams a little. It could well be that what's blocking your current manifestation is that you haven't forgiven yourself or someone else for something that happened in the past. To boost your manifesting powers, forgive yourself and anyone else who needs forgiveness. Manifesting balance. Strike a balance between all your duties and what you need to do for inner peace. Manifesting mindset. Hanging on to anger is unhelpful and can be toxic. Move on and forgive. Even if you don't forget, this is your way to a brighter future. A lovely day. Anyway, a manifesting ritual for forgiveness. It says, add lavender, essential oil to your diffuser. I can smell that. It smells so good. Find a comfortable position and close your eyes. Call in Kuan Yin. That's beautiful, that caring, compassion energy. It says, call in Kuan Yin, the wonderful Chinese goddess of compassion and mercy. Ask Kuan Yin for her assistance in clearing any upset so that you can find forgiveness and move on. This will definitely help you with that Three of Swords energy, by the way. So your manifesting affirmation, it says, I forgive everyone who needs it in my life. It is done. I forgive everyone who needs it in my life. It is done. And when to manifest your magic, it says the best time to work your magic is when the moon is in Pisces on a Thursday, which is Jupiter's day, or during Jupiter's hour. And the full moon in Pisces takes place when the sun is in Virgo and the moon is in Pisces. And that may be the setup for y'all in your chart. I have no idea. Let me try to read through this to help you kind of figure out the hour. Planetary hours. It says, to work out the planetary hours for any given day, you need to calculate the length of time between sunrise and sunset, turn that number into minutes, and then divide it by 12. This is the length of each daytime planetary hour on that day. In parentheses, they say, note that they're not always 60-minute hours, okay? To calculate nighttime planetary hours, you will repeat the process using the time between sunset and sunrise, okay? So the planet ruling the day of the week also rules the first hour of daylight on any given day. So the planetary hours then cycle through this in this order. Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, the Sun, Venus, Mercury, and the Moon until the next day's sunrise, all right? Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, the Sun, Venus, Mercury, and the Moon. Then it all begins over again, starting with the planet that rules that day, all right? So like, what do we say? Saturday, for example, for who? Cappy, right? For Saturn's day, you would do what you need to do to figure out the hours, right? Do the time from sunrise to sunset for that day, divide by 12, and then you would start with Saturn and go in that order. That's the simplest way. And then start over for the next day, which would be Sunday, and you would figure it out, that way. So anyway, so you'll probably be starting with the sun on Sunday. You understand what I'm saying? Still doing whatever you need to do to calculate that from sunrise to sunset and divide by 12. All right. And then she goes on to say, as this is quite complex, I've created a tutorial about using planetary hours for anyone who wants to delve deeper. And you can find this at www.moonmessages.com/planetary hours. And it will be linked below, y'all, in case you're interested. There are also multiple web resources available to help you work out the planetary hours for any given day. And you can just search planetary hours calculator if you are interested. All right. All right. Moving on. Okay. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and read the the crystals from the book. Like I said, platinum is, I already know, is not in here because we've had sovereignty come out before. But I will probably read hematite and add that in here, as well as go ahead and get the caryotes. Okay, so let me get to them real quick. So page 78, and then like I said, I will read to you or put let platinum flow through the screen so you can see its benefits, and you can reference those websites if you will, if you want to. Caryote, found in the form of violet masses, sometimes with white quartz and black manganese inclusions. Astrologically associated with Scorpio and Sage, great for the crown chakra. It's a beautiful crystal. Healing qualities, it says, good for intuition, analysis, seeing opportunities, moving forward, and increasing your attention span. Physically, it's good for slowing the pulse rate and the health of the eyes and heart. Helps general aches and pains, headaches, liver damage, sclerosis of the liver to be specific, but I feel like any liver damage, quite honestly. Pancreatic damage, autism, and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD, and AIDS and detox. Emotionally or spiritually, it's good for meditation and clairvoyance. Facilitates living in the moment. Helps to break unwanted cycles, release you from old relationships, and bring your spiritual experiences into your physical world. Okay? Okay, let's read through the information for platinum. Astrologically associated with Gemini and Leo, look at that. Great for the heart and crown chakras. Healing qualities include a balancing or grounding element that is good for balancing the centers and meridians of the physical body, to provide alignment of the physical body to the etheric body, to align the subtle bodies, and to provide the polarity adjustments which are necessary within the physical structure to stabilize the body and to facilitate the maintenance of optimum health. Basically, y'all, all that is saying is bringing yourself, removing any unwanted energies to help you bring yourself into alignment. All right. It can also provide permanence to relationships, stimulating self-approval and hence facilitating non-judgmental attitudes toward another. Physically, it's good for the heart, eyes, muscles, headaches, nerves, nervous system, spasmodic disorders, GI tract, and better assimilation of nutrients. Y'all got that? That was straight overlap of what I already told you Carriot does. There's no coincidence that they come how they do. It aids in cell regeneration. Emotionally or spiritually, it's soothing and calming, good for the aura, helps stress, nervousness, and a troubled mind. That Three of Swords, yes. Maintains one's energy level to enhance the accomplishment and completion of goals. It has been used to stimulate the pineal gland, going back to that priestess energy, and has enhanced one's intuition, psychic abilities, and awareness of other levels of intelligence. I love it. I pray you receive that, all right? All right, now moving on to the rest of the cards. All right, so the only one I was able to find was this Carriot, and like I said, because platinum is not in either one of the decks, and Carriot is not in the crystal mandala. So here we go to finish this up. It reads, look at that, and I feel like I'm almost getting in this stone, the picture of this stone here, I'm almost getting, an evaporation or removal, of energies and a rising up. And I almost even got, not even almost, I did get like a dragon or like the phoenix rising in this, especially that purple and that divine connectivity and essence. But it says, are you finding that life is out of control? Do you need to sort out exactly what's going on to get the reason for the chaos? Take the time to go within and call on the Ascended Masters, Spirit Guides, and Angels to provide you with the inspiration you need to transform your life. All right? And if you so choose, you can utilize Archangel Raziel or these affirmations, which read, I have a deep understanding of myself and the circles of life around me. I am aligned with the divine. I am profoundly clairvoyant and extremely intuitive. I clearly comprehend the details of everything that is set before me. I feel peacefully empowered. Going back to that sovereignty. That's powerful, y'all. So that is where I'm going to leave it. I pray that it resonates with you. If it does, you know what to do. For those of you who are new, that means comment your testimonies down below. You never know how this may help someone grow, but especially including yourself. And I pray that's what you're here for. Whether or not someone comes to mind, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so very much for doing so. And if you want to join me for another episode, you can check the link in the description box below. If not, please take care. I love you anyway. And thank you so dearly. If you're looking for anything else, you can check the playlist on my channel. There are so many other videos that you can choose from. Zodiac pick of cards, general pick of cards, even just regular vlogs, right? Anyway, I pray you find what you're looking for. Until the next one, y'all, please be easy. Don't forget your love and light, because it truly makes everything all right. Deuces.